1,000 years before the events in The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion and The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls Online lets you take part in the story set within the compelling history and deep lore of the Elder Scrolls franchise. Designed to be played exactly the way you want to play, you can start wherever you like. With no level restrictions and no subscription required, this massive world is yours to explore, alone or with friends. Choose a favorite location or storyline and jump in. From the capital cities of the Three Alliances to the magical Somerset Isles. From the Khajiit territory of Elsewhere to Morrowind, the home of the Dark Elves. From frozen Skyrim in the north to the endless swamps of Blackmarsh, adventure is everywhere. Are you ready to forge your own legend? Options for creating and personalizing characters in the Elder Scrolls Online are almost without limit. Choose from 9 different character races, with a 10th race option available as an add-on. Select from 6 unique classes and customize them to fill exactly the role you want to play. Want to create a high elf sorcerer who wears heavy armor and wields dual daggers for close quarters combat? Why not? Or maybe a Redguard Dragon Knight who prefers light armor and a bow. It's completely up to you. Earn skill points as you adventure across Tamriel to improve your character. Then master and customize your skills to match your style of play. As you explore the world, keep an eye out for sky shards. For every 3 of these rare crystals you collect, you earn a bonus skill point to spend on your character. The in-game skill advisor provides recommendations on how to best spend your points at each level, based on the different roles available to your character. And you can always reset your skills and reallocate your points whenever you visit a major city, so you can build and play the exact character you imagine. Go anywhere, do anything. That's the freedom presented in the Elder Scrolls Online. The game scales your character to the content, so explore any dark cave or mysterious forest that intrigues you. Adventure on your own, or with friends, even if those friends have wildly different levels or belong to different alliances. Dive into the rich and varied story content as a solo player, or join a group to take on the most dangerous dungeons and boss monsters in the world. During your character creation, select one of the 3 alliances competing for power in this era: the Daggerfall Covenant, the Ebonheart Pact, or the Aldmeri Dominion. Each alliance features a unique and compelling storyline, but your choice never precludes you from playing with friends of different alliances. The Elder Scrolls Online is designed so you can travel anywhere at any time, no matter your level or alliance. Tamriel is a dangerous place. When you cannot sneak or talk your way out of conflict, you have to fight. The Elder Scrolls Online features an action-based combat system, reminiscent of the classic Elder Scrolls games. Use your skills, special abilities, and a combination of light and heavy attacks to defend yourself and your allies while you obliterate your foes. Unleash powerful synergy attacks when fighting as part of a group, and use block and dodge to reduce damage and avoid enemy attacks. If you prefer sneaking to direct combat, you can use stealth to evade detection, get around obstacles, or even set yourself up to unleash a potent surprise attack. Even the best solo player needs a little help now and then. Use the Group and Activity Finder and the Friends list to team up with other players for a dungeon or other adventure. The Elder Scrolls Online community is extremely welcoming to new players and invites them to join in. Our players go out of their way to help new players and show them the ins and outs of adventuring in Tamriel. This is especially evident within player guilds, a great way to meet others and develop lasting relationships that enhance your game. Join a guild to trade resources, tackle group content, or simply chat about the latest revelation of lore. There are also in-game guilds your character can join to receive new skill options and special rewards. The Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, and the Thieves Guild are all accessible through story content. And for a real challenge, join the Undaunted and earn a unique skill line and extra rewards for tackling group dungeons. Dungeons present some of the most difficult and dangerous content available in the Elder Scrolls Online. From the small dungeon delves that challenge solo players, to group dungeons that require 4 players to take on, to the ultimate 12-person trials. These strange and wondrous places offer amazing visuals, complex battles, and compelling opponents unlike anything else in the game. Once your character reaches 10th level and you have a better understanding of the game, The Elder Scrolls Online gives you the option to participate in a variety of player versus player, or PvP, content. Duels offer a more intimate PvP experience, where you can test your skills or try out a new character build in one-on-one combat against another player. Battlegrounds present short, intense combat, as 4-person teams take on 15-minute battles to earn achievements, experience, and special rewards. Alliance wars are large-scale battles, where the 3 alliances fight for control of the imperial capital of Cyrodiil. With siege weapons and massive armies, fight to capture and defend keeps and win the day. While you adventure and explore, don't forget to collect the valuable resources you find scattered throughout the world. These items can be used to craft weapons, armor, food, potions, and accessories that you can use to improve or further customize your character. Develop your skills in one or more professions and improve them by completing specialized crafting writs. The professions include alchemy, blacksmithing, enchanting, clothing, woodworking, provisioning, and jewelry crafting. The Elder Scrolls Online provides players with the ability to own and personalize homes for their characters all across Tamriel. Homes can be acquired by completing quests, purchased through the Crown Store, or bought with in-game gold. Houses consist of single-room abodes to multi-chambered mansions. But nothing beats the opulence or grandeur of a manor house, complete with luxury accommodations for your character and up to 24 guests. Home ownership doesn't end there. Craft furnishings and accessories to personalize, improve, and decorate your home. There's never been a better moment to jump in and start playing The Elder Scrolls Online. With access to a multitude of adventures all across the width and breadth of Tamriel, and the freedom to play wherever and however you like, it's time to begin your Elder Scrolls story.
Thanks, Maribel. Welcome to ESO News. Hopefully you guys are having a great day as trying to learn the system a little bit more. This is a great thing. Hi there, how are you doing? Cynthia and Professor Pineapple is in. Thank you guys for very much for showing up. And we are going to be looking in here into the daily login rewards here of this month. It's a great thing. When you guys log into your Steam console, this is going to lead us over into the Xbox and PlayStation. It's a great thing. When you guys log in to your game today, you're going to be receiving a restoration potion. It's kind of considered like a tri-restoration potion. And so looking in here a little bit further, I'm going to be looking into the mapping system and how that works here for the next chapter. This can be kind of confusing. And so I'm going to explain how the different set might look to you over in the next chapter rather than another game series. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a lot of study as we're trying to bring some peace into Tamriel. This is a really good thing. And so those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, we're going to want to look into the mapping system. And then we can start learning the game a little bit more. Over in the next chapter, it's really gearing towards Hammerfell. I don't know much about the next chapter. However, this is going to be some good stuff. I'm going to pinpoint some locations to where you guys that are going into the next chapter, where you'll be able to go into and where you're kind of going to want to kind of stay out of. Some of you guys won't even go into Cyrodiil that are going into the next chapter. You'll be more concentrating on over in places over in like in Orsinium. That's a great thing, and so you don't get confused. I'm seeing a lot more of what's going on inside of the game, inside of Cyrodiil, to make you guys less confused. Those of you guys that are going into the next chapter, the best piece of advice is for you guys to not go into Cyrodiil. Currently, with the next chapter not even being released, the sucky thing is when you're saying, "Hey, I'm staying over in a place where I'm not supposed to be," and what we have to do is we have to explain. For those of you guys that are in a particular alliance, the best thing for you to do is stay in your alliance space over in Cyrodiil, and then start marching towards the place you're going to be in the next chapter. That's an awesome thing. Now that'll teach you a lot more about the game getting into Westwood. That's going to be an awesome thing. I'm kind of speaking about stuff that I don't even know about. You see what I'm saying? We kind of have information, as I presented old Mount Buddy, the Welwa. Did you guys get your Welwa over this weekend? He's, the Welwa. It's the creature's kind of fun to ride out around on. Little goofy little character. The orcs have really done a good job, and they have worked very hard on getting the Welwa to go around and probably jump around and whatnot. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to start getting into the mapping system. That's going to be a great thing, looking into the different areas that are over in the next chapter. This is me just talking to you guys that are going into the next chapter with me not even knowing what I'm talking about. But this is going to be fun for you guys because the next chapter hasn't even been released yet. So how do we have any information? If you've bought the next chapter, you can go into those places. However, you're not going to want to go into those places. And so what I'm explaining of going into one of the alliance base that you're connected with, whichever alliance you're in, that's the important thing, to stay in one of your alliance bases for right now before the next chapter gets released. So we're going to go into that a little bit further. I'm going to get into the mapping system here really fairly soon. Hopefully you guys are getting excited to see the mapping system inside of Tamriel. This is some sweet stuff. I'll be right back. All right, this is a great thing here. Looking into what's going on in the mapping system as we're about to land over in Tamriel here. This is going to be some sweet stuff. Let's see here as we're getting ready. So we're getting ready. We're getting ready to land. Are you guys ready for the next chapter? Oh, I am. If I was playing the next chapter, I'd be super stoked. So just gonna kind of look at a little bit of a preview into the next chapter. This is some great stuff. You would love some of the characters in the next chapter, even though I don't know much about the next chapter anyway. It's gonna be fun. Have you looked into what goes on, like on the storyline of the next chapter? There's a lot of things going on. Like, oh, I tell you, who's the other character? And who's the hero? No, no. Have you seen the demonstration of the storyline? Later on, if you guys can follow, later on tonight here at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can check out the illustration of the storyline. It's a great storyline for the next chapter coming in. You guys are gonna love it. It's a beautiful, eye-opening experience. Have you gotten into the next chapter? Hasn't been released yet, but you're probably anticipating getting into the next chapter. As we are in the baby ship, we're about to land. I can feel it. Do you have your Welwa in the ship? Quite possibly. What kind of Welwa do you have? Do you have the Iron Orc Welwa? Or do you have the other Welwa? Now, some of the Welwas just had some babies, so you guys are going to love that over in. If you're in Discord and you're a Discord member, go in there and check out the baby Welwa. There's a baby Welwa that was just born. So, give him like baby Welwa. Whoa. Baby Welwa. It's like, this is a big old baby ship that's going to get us over into Tamriel. Now, when is this going to happen? That I don't know. However, I do know is we're about to land. Where are we going to land? It looks like a faint picture of Cyrodiil. No, the baby box just came in. I like to do. I'm like, come on, Zorro. Come on, Zorro. Yeah, right. So we're somewhere in Tamriel. Far off. We're getting nearer to the next chapter. Oh yeah. Were you upset that there was maintenance here last night? There's some maintenance going on here later on at 8 Eastern Dead. So I haven't exactly figured out what EDT is yet, but I call it Eastern Dead Time. That's what I'll always call it. So we got 6 a.m. Eastern Dead Time is when the server is going to be worked on. So be prepared. Be prepared if you're getting into the baby ship. Yep. Ready. Player, do you copy? We roll. Do you copy? I think sweet roll copies. Okay, so we are getting the restoration potions going. We see the Crown Try Restoration Potion. There's 250 of them. Restores 8369 health, 7582 magicka, and 7582 stamina immediately. Grants major fortitude, major intellect, and major endurance, which increase your health recovery. Magic recovery and stamina recovery by 30% for 36.3 seconds. These effects are scaled based upon your level. Has a 45-second cooldown. I'm not sure what that means. What I do know, I'm gonna go in here really quick. I'm gonna change up here really quick. So let's see here. Right in here, we have a patch that just came in with where it used to be the 9.3.5 version on the server, where now we have the 9.3.6 version. So I'm putting that in here into the system here as we can see. Have the chat line up here. This is a great thing to see. So we have the 9.3.6 version server available. It's like a whole new world to explore in numbers and characters and letters. So let's see here. Does it show in here? Mine. And it might show on your guys' end. So just so you guys know, there is a patch that just came in. The download went okay over in Steam. We have a 9.3.6 scale version on the server. It's a great thing to getting in further into the game, as we always have to have some patches go in to patch the little things that are going on inside of the system. Do you understand what 7582 stamina points are? I don't. But however, I do understand that we're getting a lot of potions. You see what I'm saying? We're getting a lot of restoration potions. 250 of them. That's a huge amount. So here and here in Xbox, you can kind of see Father Agnutius. How are you doing? How are you doing, Father Agnutius? Father Ignatius? No, he's not wanting to talk right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is first, now we're going to want to get over into the Alliance base, definitely. So we're gonna go over. We're getting ready to go into the Alliance base. However, Redley is like, I kind of am not dressed to go into the Alliance, so Redley's gonna have to dress here really quick, and to get it going over to the Alliance base. Let's see here. Hats are good. Where are we going here? Well, very interesting. Redley doesn't want to fight, so we're gonna get in here. Hi there, how are you doing? As we get ready, we gotta get over to the one of the alliance bases. This one I go into over in Black Reach, over in the standard, just the basic one here in Cyrodiil. This is a great thing. Those of you guys that are going into the next chapter, most likely will not go in here again once the next chapter is released. So if you're in Daggerfall Covenant, you're gonna want to go over to one of the land spaces right here in Daggerfallville. As you can see, plenty of space to roam around in before you get into the next chapter. And you're going to want to ask some of the stable masters if there is some writing lessons that you can take for your well wall. So we got Streetwall guiding us over to the stable, and those of you guys that are going into the next chapter, you're probably looking for a Welwa stable. So we'll go through the run through to where some of you can build up a nice Welwa stable. And you'll be able to learn all sorts of writing skills for your Welwa. Yes, and so we're going to have to, for the next chapter, we're going to have a Welwa stable. As you can see, there's available rider training in speed, stamina, and carry capacity. I was like choosing the speed because I would like Sweet Roll to become a fast racehorse. Now, Sweet Roll's not as fast as Sweet Roll's brother. Now, two brothers, you see what I'm saying? Sweet Roll's a male, and Sweet Roll's brother is a male. And we're going to have to learn how to build upon the stables. That's going to be a great thing. If those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, this is a great way to getting involved into the game because you're not going to have a designated stable. Now, if you do, that's a great thing. And this is the point of getting a Welwa stable. As you see, Redley is you're looking beautiful, Redley. Like riding a mount, blessing and a beautiful thing, and learning how to ride with your mount. That's a beautiful thing. So getting a Welwa stable over in the next chapter, the orcs, you guys are gonna have to learn how to build a stable for your Welwas. And so going further on, we're going to start looking into the mapping system. As places like here in the line spaces of what I'm explaining is where you guys that are getting into the next chapter, this is places like where you're going to want to stay for the temporary time before you go into your into the next chapter in your game. Oh, hi, Mr. Skellington. All right. So when you guys that are going into the next chapter, the Transitus Shrine is going to mean nothing to you. I'm just explaining here right now, like to where you guys are going to be like, yeah, the next chapter has nothing to do with this. So right over here, I'm going to show you guys kind of why. This is another game. I'm just going to explain how this is another part of the game as a whole. When you guys look into this that are going into the next chapter, you will not want to go in here. And I'm just explaining how this is so confusing that the next chapter will have nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this. This right here is not part of the next chapter. I'm just going to explain a little bit more to where you guys that are going into the next chapter, you're going to be kind of on this side when we talk about places like Skingrad. I think Skingrad is about here, is where the marker is, where you see. And as you can see, the game that I'm playing, this is another part of the ESO. So what I'm explaining here, this, like in my gameplay, this is my little Cyrodiil. As you'll soon kind of discover what I'm talking about. This is my little Cyrodiil. Now, when you guys are getting into the next chapter, you're going to go over into like Orsinium, and that will be like your little Cyrodiil in certain places where the designated places are. Now, for those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, this is what I'm explaining with the importance for you guys to like have a place to where you can go before you do get into the next chapter. So if you're in the Daggerfall Covenant, you're going to want to stick over in Southern High Rock Gate or Northern High Rock Gate. Now, if you're over in as an Ebonheart Pact soldier or Ebonheart Pact Alliance member, you're going to want to go over to Northern Morrowind Gate or the Southern Morrowind Gate if you're going over in the next chapter. And if you're in the Aldermary Dominion, you're going to want to go over to the Western Elsewhere Gate or the Eastern Elsewhere Gate. And so this is a good point of a place point before you guys go into the next chapter, if you're specifically going into the next chapter. If you have nowhere else to play, you'll find out you have no other place to go to, because the next chapter hasn't been released yet. And so I'm explaining for those of you that are getting into the next chapter, these little points are the best places for you guys to temporarily be able to play it. And these little points, you don't want to go inside of the inner parts of another game if you're going into a thing like the next chapter. So this is going to make this less complex by me just calling the information the next chapter. See what I'm saying? Right over here in the Transitus Shrine is a totally different mapping system than the one that I'm about to show you guys. And for the reason to explain to those of you that are going into the next chapter why this map in the near future is going to be meaningless to you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to the real map. What I'm showing you here, where you guys can look that are going into the next chapter, where you can kind of find some of a roadmap. Okay, so right over here, this is the real White Shrine that's going to show you guys the information for your game that are getting into the next chapter. So right over here, we're kind of looking at these points right here of right in here where on the next chapter. Okay. Let's see here. Now the West Wields, we're looking at this Reaper's March. and parts of Hammerfell. You guys are going to want to stay out of Craglorn. So right over here, what I'm explaining for those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, this is kind of the areas that you're gonna be looking into being able to get involved with. Um, Now the assumption is that you guys that are getting into the next chapter to make a better gameplay for you guys that are going into the next chapter is you're gonna want to look at Orsinium. I'm not familiar with what is all involved with Orsinium. It's assumed that Malabal Tor is part of the next chapter. I don't know that because I'm not going into the next chapter, but this is the assumption for you guys that are going into the next chapter. So you guys are going to be looking at Reaper's March and Malabal Tor. Over here in Hammerfell, we don't have much information in the mapping system. What it does say over in some of the game information in different places throughout the internet, shown as Hammerfell as a hub for you guys that are getting into the next. And so what I'm explaining for those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, you're not going to want to get into Cyrodiil, so to speak. There are some places like down below near Skingrad that are available that's available that's shown information that's available for you guys. But what I'm suggesting is stay away from Cyrodiil, just for the point to where you guys can get used to in your gameplay in the next chapter. You'll be concentrating more on the western side of the side that you're currently next to me. You'll start understanding this a lot more once you get more involved with the game, and once the next chapter is fully released, you guys will totally understand. As Hands of Athelia has just been patched in today. There's not much information on the DLC, so give that time, give the company some time to where you start seeing more information as Orsinium has already been patched in. Scions of Athelia has just been patched in today, so that's an important thing, and that's going to be a sweet thing for you guys. Scions of Athelia, that is an awesome looking part of the game. I'm not getting involved in the game there, but I can tell you that the parts of that game look absolutely stunning and sweet. You guys are gonna love playing the next chapter that are getting into the next chapter. This is a great thing. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna leave this on here. I'm gonna go off the screen. This is a great thing to getting involved and knowing information. That's a great thing. So knowing that Scions of Athelia has come through, that's a great thing. Knowing that has just come through. I'll be right. I will be back here in a little bit. just got back in here and I'm going to kind of show you guys a little bit more of the reason why you don't want to go into Cyrodiil if you're getting into this chapter. What are you doing, stray dog? So right over here is what's considered the Gold Coast region. Over below, like southern Hammerfell. Whereas those of you guys that are getting the next chapter, looks like this is a good area for you guys to discover. I've been in there before, and this is a great thing for you guys, like the Sands of Time, the Sands of Hammerfell. This is going to be some great gameplay for you guys, getting involved in places like the Alakir Desert. There's probably some amazing things going on inside of it. Right over here for you guys going in the next chapter, there's Sentinel. What else is that? Oh, so the next chapter, you guys, Soul Shriven in Cold Harbor is one of the places it's going to be talked about. Soul Shriven in Cold Harbor. That is a great thing. Wow, that's some amazing things. Right over here, I don't know much about this because this part of the system is not working properly, and I'll explain a little bit more as the time goes further. This is some great stuff. I don't know where this place is. The Abba's Landing Way Shrine. That's probably a fun thing to discover. Over here, this is kind of the next chapter, like a little region of what I'm talking about here for you guys for the next chapter. Over in some places, it's talking about how there's some stuff for Skingrad. But for some of you players are not going to want to go into this region of what's called Cyrodiil, just for the purpose of you won't be able to get fully into Cyrodiil. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully this is seen a little bit more. With the system how it is right now, and right here, particularly in the mapping system, I can't show the reason why. So the best explanation for you guys is that are going into the next chapter is you'll be spending a lot of time over in this little area right here, going into places like most likely the Alakir Desert is going to be a popular designated area going into your gameplay in the next chapter. This is some sweet stuff. Looking into the map. When I first looked at it, I was like, "Oh, sweet! We're gonna get some sort of connection." But when you're looking at the next chapter coming in, you can't buy every little thing. You go over into quite possibly Skingrad. You're like, "Hey, I wanna get fully involved into Cyrodiil," but you can't. I'll just kind of explain going over here. Look at this. Look at the mapping system. I'm currently in Land of Cyrodiil. However, the Land of Cyrodiil is not showing up except for right here at the northern High Rock Way Shrine and the southern High Rock Way Shrine. This is currently where Redley is right now. Over at the southern High Rock Way Shrine. Look. Right here in the mapping system, you can't fast travel. You cannot travel to a way shrine within Cyrodiil. No, what is that? What is that? What sense does that make? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all. And so you can see here at this different form of what's called a way shrine, this allows us to fast travel throughout the world in Tamriel. However, this is not completely put together. As you can see here in the gameplay that I'm in, we can easily fast travel from Cyrodiil over into Skyrim, for example. So what I'm explaining for those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, your way shrines are going to most likely you'll be able to go over into the Alakir Desert, very easy, fast traveling, over into Abba's Landing way shrine, you'll be able to easily fast travel. But in the way the game is set up right now, you guys cannot go even into Skingrad. You see what I'm saying? Skingrad's about here, I think, on the map pinpointing locator. So those of you guys that are getting into the next chapter, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about, where you'll want to concentrate over in this area. I'm not sure why Skingrad was actually put in as a place that needs to be concentrated on. Because if you're concentrating on an area, you'll ask the question later on. Hey, how do I get into the Imperial City, or how do I get in over into places like the South High Rock Wave Shrine, or over at the elsewhere wave shrines, or the Morrowind wave shrines? You're kind of probably asking yourself that question of why can I not get into those wave shrines? And that's for the purpose of the security of the gameplay that you are playing, and that's what I'm explaining it here for you guys to understand that are going into the next chapter of what you're going to want to concentrate on over in this little big area. In the next chapter, this is a huge area to explore. This is going to be a great thing. So I'm going to do here is I'm going to go off of the screen and leave it at there. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day and enjoying your drive here today. I will be back here in a little bit.
Going into battle without a siege weapon is like eating mountain bear hash without any teeth. You might live through it, but it won't be pleasant.